Welcome to the University of Tampa. My name is Tucker Whitman and I'm a junior marketing major here at UT. Today we're going to look at some of the highlights of our beautiful Riverside campus here in downtown Tampa. We'll start at Plan Hall. This historic building was opened in 1891 as the Tampa Bay Hotel and now serves as the main academic building here at UT, with 4 floors of classrooms as well as faculty and administrative offices. Next up, the Vaughn Center, the hub of campus life and activities. This multi-purpose building includes the campus bookstore, our primary cafeteria plus an additional food court, a theater, as well as offices and meeting rooms for student organizations. The Vaughn Center is also one of UT's residence halls, providing 5 floors of student rooms. Morsani Hall is another residence hall here at UT. In addition to housing approximately 450 students, this building offers another selection of eateries as well as a small grocery store. Now let's check out the Sykes College of Business. This academic building houses classrooms and faculty offices for UT's undergrad and graduate business students. This building also has a real-time stock trading room. Right next door is the Sykes Chapel for Faith and Values. This gorgeous interfaith chapel features a large main hall complete with a massive pipe organ, as well as meditation rooms and meeting rooms. Student healthcare is a major priority for us here at UT. The Dickey Health and Wellness Center is accessible to all students and provides high-quality services including basic medical care, counseling, and wellness programs. On the east side of campus, you'll find the McDonald-Kelsey Library. Here, students can learn from a large collection of books, periodicals, and digital databases. They can also take advantage of our numerous study rooms and computers. The Academic Success Center is another great resource for students. This is your one-stop shop for academic advising, coaching, and tutoring services. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just want to shoot some hoops, the athletic facilities here at UT are hard to beat. The Bob Martinez Athletic Center includes a large gymnasium, a weight room, and training facility. One of UT's newest facilities, the Innovation and Collaboration Building. Here you will find UT's very own Starbucks. In addition, classrooms, cybersecurity labs, study lounges, and the Loth Entrepreneurship Center, designed for student entrepreneurs to launch their startups. Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video tour of UT, we'd love to give you one in person. For more information or to schedule a campus visit, go to ut.edu.
Electrifying about a vibrant community of learning, providing new knowledge, reimagining teaching and learning, designing and reinventing the spaces where we learn, live, and work, attracting and inspiring the best students and faculty, engaging locally and globally. These are essential to creating tomorrow for UT and our world. A campaign causes us to state what we stand for. It propels us to envision the future and work diligently in new and exciting ways. It inspires supporters to believe in the long-term value of campaign priorities. It impacts the world we inhabit today while we're creating tomorrow.
We are deeply grateful that so many of you stand with us. Together, we are developing UT as a model metropolitan community of learning.
We are pleased you enjoy the satisfaction of investing in the lives of students. Your heartfelt commitment makes for an electrifying connection among all of us.
Creating Tomorrow has been a campaign committed to advancing UT's mission and vision for the future. Our focus, the people, places, and purpose of the university, has transformed the UT educational experience and created a legacy of excellence.
We are where we are today, one of the most exciting times in UT history, because you accepted our challenge. You have helped us transform UT from a local treasure with potential to a prominent national figure on the educational scene.
On behalf of our campaign leadership team, we thank you for making so much possible. Because you care, because you believe, UT's future possibilities are unlimited.
At the heart of our university are its people, our students, faculty, and staff who come from around the world and from different backgrounds to share a singular experience. Our primary concern is making UT accessible to deserving students, and then ensuring their academic progress, personal development, and career readiness. Your support ensures that a UT education remains within reach to exceptional students from across a wide economic spectrum. Currently, 92% of UT's almost 9,000 students receive financial assistance. The Creating Tomorrow campaign is committed to increase student financial aid and academic program development. UT's strong experiential learning program is nationally recognized for the variety and number of experiences that shape our students' lives.
My UT scholarships are important because they allow me to focus on my studies and my future without the burden of financial struggles. I am currently a senior and have plans to attend law school next fall. This dream is possible because of the scholarships I've been awarded. Receiving financial aid has given me the time to compete on the cross-country team, become involved in student government, and to volunteer in the community. Each year, my scholarships have motivated me to achieve more academically. Thank you for believing in me.
Creating Tomorrow supports an innovative campus that reflects our defining value of educational excellence. We have always considered our campus setting as a resource. The construction of modern buildings and facilities during the campaign has transformed the UT landscape and enhanced the student experience. Projects supported by this campaign inspire a strong sense of community for everyone who lives, learns, and works at UT. It is the exceptional education which takes place beyond the impressive facades of our buildings that helps us attract and retain talented faculty and students. Students have access to the best faculty, facilities, tools, and resources to nurture their passions. Cutting-edge technology and equipment provide students with new ways of learning and engaging others. UT's excellent residential learning environment provides a variety of rich co-curricular learning experiences. Our emphasis is on developing the whole person.
We say we are changing lives to create tomorrow, and we mean it. Every day we stretch to do better, to do more, and to use UT's entrepreneurial spirit to accomplish the most we can. A UT education is an intense immersion experience. It creates a strong foundation for a productive life filled with opportunities and preparation for leadership and service. Skills and critical thinking abilities are honed through a challenging academic program and a rich set of co-curricular learning activities. International opportunities play a vital role in preparing UT students to compete in our increasingly global marketplace. The campaign utilizes unrestricted funds to enhance the whole university. These resources allow UT to adapt to changing circumstances and take advantage of emerging opportunities. By expanding programs that enrich the student experience, we strive to develop the whole person and prepare students for success after graduation.
We strive to maintain a remarkable level of support we see from alumni, parents, employees, and friends of the university. Thanks for your confidence in us. We will continue to be conscientious stewards of our resources. We recognize our responsibility to ensure that students leave their UT experience with knowledge and problem-solving abilities to develop a better world.
The Creating Tomorrow campaign has electrified a new sense of pride and enthusiasm about what is possible for UT when we all work together. Your passion and dedication are elevating this university ever higher. We are indeed fortunate to count you as our friends. Thank you for your support.
Just another ordinary day at UT.
This is the University of Tampa. UT students travel from across the nation and around the globe to join a dynamic learning community. There are 150 academic programs, continuing studies for non-traditional students, and a highly ranked graduate school. Academic opportunities are extensive and rigorous, but this mid-sized residential campus retains a welcoming feel. With a student-faculty ratio of 16:1, students benefit from direct interaction with expert faculty, a faculty that is passionate about teaching and mentoring. Outside the classroom, UT enjoys a unique environment. Plant Hall, a National Historic Landmark, is surrounded by modern and historic buildings on 105 acres. UT's beautiful downtown riverfront setting offers a gateway to the heart of a vibrant city. Students are within walking distance of jobs and internships, and the recreational opportunities are endless, both off campus and on campus. Students live in upscale residence halls and enjoy diverse activities, including performing arts, guest lectures, nearly 200 clubs and organizations, and a nationally ranked NCAA Division II athletics program. The UT experience begins with an innovative first-year program and continues with opportunities to challenge yourself in the honors program, to study abroad, to conduct research with faculty, to do an internship, to volunteer in the community, or to participate in multiple leadership programs. Explore your dreams, discover your talents, get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
everyone, and welcome to the Holy Family Athletic and Intramural Complex, home of the University of Tampa Spartans. This afternoon, the Spartans welcome the Lenoir Rhyne University Bears in the NCAA Division II quarterfinals. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Starting lineups, beginning with the Bears of Lenoir Rhyne University, who entered tonight's game with a record of 15-3. Defender is a grad student from Mooresville, North Carolina. Number 5, James Brugger. Midfielder is a freshman from Middletown, Maryland. Number 9, Colton McCracken. Attacker is a junior from, and he's number 12, Miles Moffitt. In goal is a junior from Duluth, Georgia, number 24, Noah Johnson. Defender is a freshman from Chesapeake Bay, Maryland, number 28, Victor Powell. Midfielder is a sophomore from Calgary, Alberta, number 31, Liam Farrell. Forward is a freshman from Akron, Ohio, number 32, Jonathan Paulus. Defender is a freshman from Evansville, Maryland, number 33, Joey Masson. Attacker is a freshman from Powder Springs, Georgia, number 42, Evan Voss. A midfielder is a senior from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, number 53, Joey Venezio. Head coach of the Bears is Greg Paradine. And the starters for the University of Tampa Spartans. A freshman from Atascocita, Texas, number 0, Chase Taylor. A senior from Syracuse, New York, number 1, Casey Platenic. A junior from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 3, Brady Stowe. A junior from Naples, Florida, number 4, Blake Ulmer. A senior from Doylestown, Pennsylvania, number 7, Connor Larkin. A senior from Marshfield, Massachusetts, number 9, Sean Mazzola. A junior from San Diego, California, number 10, Matthew Beto. A senior from Syracuse, New York, number 11, Owen Matukis. Senior from Gainesville, Virginia, number 12, Sam Collingwood. And a senior from Bedford, New Hampshire, number 13, Cormac McCarthy. Head coach of the Spartans is J.B. Clark, assisted by Ryan Sullivan, Adam Hardy, Scott Bramble, Mark Penn, Andrew Q, and Matt Henry. The officials for tonight's game are Chris Fahey, Ed Feaster, and Miko Red Harrow. The NCAA, the University of Tampa, and Lenoir Rhyne University all promote good sportsmanship by student-athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. using obscene gestures, profanity, racial, sexist, or unduly provocative language or action toward officials, opponents, spectators, or administrators will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the premises. The use of artificial noisemakers and alcohol products are not permitted. Smoking is permitted along the fenced areas outside the stadium. Thank you and enjoy the game.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex on the grounds of the University of Tampa campus, where this afternoon the Tampa Spartans play host to the Lenoir Rhyne Bears. I'm Bruce Wozniak alongside Taylor Stolworthy as we get set to call the action for you on an 88-degree Sunday afternoon, and it's even hotter down in the field where these two teams are playing in the NCAA quarterfinal game and hoping to advance as they go through the postseason. And play is underway. The Spartans you see going right to left, all in white, and they win the draw. Hunter Van Horn, and there's a shot initially taken, and the save immediately made off the stick of Luke McEnany. And the starting goaltender this afternoon for Lenoir Rhyne, who you just see making that opening save, is Noah Johnson. And meanwhile, at the other end of the field, it's all reliable Blake Ulmer.
Ulmer has had a great season for the Spartans in goal, and there has been so many successful performances throughout the season for the Spartans to get them to this point and have them still undefeated. But you have to take a look at Ulmer. He has been a steadfast presence in the net, saving nearly every shot that comes his way, giving his team a good situation where they don't need to do too much offensively to get the win.
Kanata sent the pass in behind the net, and they'll send it back up top to Torrin Eccleston, and watch him. Eccleston is the offensive threat, a leading point getter for the Bears. And he's being watched by Christian Brodiak as the Spartans shut down that side. And now the Bears work it to the far side, and a long shot goes out of play. 20 seconds remaining on the shot clock. And they'll put it in from just below the scoreboard. Evan Voss being chased there. Nice defensive switch by UT. Voss with 6 seconds on the shot clock, and don't know if he's going to be able to get anything away, and the Spartans are able to cause a turnover as Brodiak with some tough defense. And now UT will bring it up, and they cross midfield, and we'll see personnel changes here for both teams as it's sent up ahead. McEnany sends it into the corner, and that's Harry Kilkowski in the corner. Spartans working here in behind the Bears net. Kilkowski with a pass and a long shot coming. Fitzpatrick. That one bounces out of play. UT has not lost this season. They have won 18 games in a row. And how about Lenoir Rhyne? They started the season 4-3, and since then they have won 11 in a row. So big winning streaks on the line here as play resumes. McEnany sends it to Kilkowski and then gets it right back. Fitzpatrick over for Kellen Hoke. Back to Fitzpatrick in the corner. And McEnany sends it to Kilkowski. And now Colin White from a difficult angle, and a nice save made there. Rebound, scores! The Spartans draw first blood 2 minutes, 22 seconds into the game.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. That's the classic motto. The first shot, beautifully saved by Johnson. The rebound goes up. Tampa comes down with it and fires it back into the net. The Spartans take the early lead here. 12:38 to go in the first quarter. Colin White, what a goal, and good reactions to come down with it and fire it past Johnson immediately.
Hunter Turner and Jonathan Paulus on this face-off. And they battle for it. The ball's still loose, and coming out of the pack with it, the Bears. No, it's turned over somehow. And now there's a scramble as a bunch of them fight for it, and the ball is loose and picked up by the Bears and knocked free. And Lenoir Rhyne manages to get it back. And they step just over the restraining line, and we'll see some changes now for both teams as holding it is Miles Moffitt.
That scramble got real physical, and I expect these teams to have a little bit of bad blood between them. They faced earlier in the seasons where the Spartan won, but 364 days ago, the Bears had the last laugh as they eliminated Tampa from the NCAA quarterfinals last season. This year, Tampa gets to host the match at home. And we'll have to see whether the Bears can end the Spartan season once again, or the Spartans get revenge once, and maybe not for all, as we have a feeling that these two teams, the North Carolina side and Florida side, will face off in years to come.
So you saw the Spartans with the takeaway. Now McEnany in the corner. Kilkowski backing up, looking in front of the net. No white jerseys there, and holds on and waits. Colin Waits sets up on the crease. Oh, and a nice shot and a nice save there. And good look at the net for Jackson Day. But Johnson makes the save as the Bears regain possession, but having trouble getting started out of their own end. And there's an outlet pass over to Joey Masson. And now Lenoir Rhyne trying to settle things. 1-0 Tampa, just past the 4-minute mark. And this is Lenoir Rhyne over in front of the UT sideline. And here's a pass for Will Kanata. Kanata looking to go one-on-one, starts his move, and takes it down towards the corner, and is chased all the way in behind the Spartans' net. Kanata with a pass over to the far side. And now another one-on-one results in a pass and all the way back up top, and looked like Kanata was going to shoot from up there, and instead, here comes Eccleston. Quick passing by the Bears down low and behind the Spartans' net. 10 seconds on the shot clock. They had trouble getting away anything on the last possession, and 4 seconds, 3 seconds, and Blake Ulmer takes that one away, and the Spartans again thwart the Bears as UT will head back the other way, although look out, that one's taken away. Evan Voss, and a pass, shot, and save by Blake Ulmer off the stick of Torrin Eccleston, and the action starting to heat up.
Indeed, and a great save there by Ulmer. We've seen Ulmer and Johnson make some huge saves early. There's a shot that can't be saved. The Spartans lead 2-0. What a goal by Luke McEnany. And indeed, the action continues as a good shot there. McEnany had a chance, and despite Johnson's best efforts, as we're going to watch on the replay, we first see Tampa bring it up and ball in just a dangerous position for McEnany, and just finds that corner. In soccer, you'd call it top bins. In lacrosse, you just call it a simple goal. McEnany's first of the day. Spartans lead 2-0 against the Bears. 9:20 to go in the first quarter. So a lot of time to go for the Bears to come back, but Tampa, a strong start right here.
Hunter Turner again on the faceoff for UT, and the Bears come up with the possession. And now they start in over the UT line, looking for a better fate than their first couple of trips down into that end of the field, as it's in the corner and now behind the Spartans' net. Up on the far side, and the Bears will take it down in behind Blake Ulmer's net. Sent over to the far side. And one more personnel change. That was Kyle Hatcher who had come on the field, returned the pass, and now there's a shot, they score. That's Bryce Reese. And the Bears get on the board 6 minutes, 26 seconds into the first quarter.
A great goal there by the Lenoir Rhyne Bears. We're just going to see, as the Spartans defense is watching, Reese runs around the defense and takes a tricky shot at a tricky angle, and Ulmer just not able to get his stick onto it, so it finds itself into the back of the net. So just about a minute after the Spartans' second goal, the Bears get their first. Spartans still lead 2-1, 8:34 to go as we get ready for the draw.
And the Bears win that one. Here they come. Looking to tie this game up, having finally gotten on the scoreboard. Colton McCracken for the Bears, and bearing the brunt of some physical Spartans defense. And now he finally gives up a pass.
You know,
and
the Spartans are the Spartans, but they're attacking the defenders, or their defense is attacking the Bears like they were the Bears, getting all up in their face, a lot of movement, and have been able to force some turnovers so far.
Will Kanata across the line. Kanata carries on, stops, and takes it in behind the Spartans. Net comes out the other side. A bounce shot, scores! Impressive goal there by Will Kanata, and this game is suddenly tied 2-2.
That took only 50 seconds for the Bears to find their second. It's all thanks to this man with his wrap-around goal. Tricky shot at a tricky angle one more time, and whether Ulmer just wasn't ready for it or just it was impeccably placed, we won't know for sure, but Kanata does get his first, and the score is now tied. After going up 2-0, Lenoir Rhyne strikes back to make it 2-2. The draw underway, a scramble for it.
The Spartans were behind 3-1 in faceoffs heading into that one, as you see the Bears in control again. And now they come across the Spartans line, having rallied from a 2-goal hole and in possession on the far side. And in behind the UT net, there's a pass intended for Eccleston that missed, and so it'll be turned over as Brady Stoll will put it into play for UT.
Costly turnover there for the Bears. They were on a run of good form with two really brilliant attacks, and now they give the Spartans the ball again. A chance for them to try to break the tie.
And watch out, Jackson Day. And the ball's out. Nice pressure applied there by Victor Powell for Lenoir Rhyne as the Spartans have it in the far corner. Colin White for Kilkowski. Kilkowski from the far corner and heads towards the back of the Bears net. Stops, spins, comes the other way. Kilkowski looking up top, and he'll send it up there where Fitzpatrick whips it over on the other side for Miller. Owen Miller looking to find the slot. They close that up, takes a shot anyways, and it goes out of play. Possession stays with the Spartans. Lots of time on the shot clock for them, still 42 seconds as Kilkowski on the restart. Being chased, backs off, and now sends it up top for Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick sends his pass over. And nothing there for Ethan Paduch. And gives it up to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick puts his shoulder down, shoots, scores! Daniel Fitzpatrick, and the Spartans go back into the lead with 6:20 left in the first quarter. It's 3-2.
Shoulder down, trucking through the Bears' lines. Fitzpatrick gets the one-on-one look, and despite Johnson's best efforts, he's not able to stop it. The Spartans retake the lead early, and it has been back and forth so far. 2 goals from the Spartans, 2 goals from the Bears. This third goal from the Spartans gives them the lead, 6:20 to go in the first.
Hunter Turner again here on the faceoff for the Spartans. And wins this one cleanly, keeps it himself, takes it in, and now sends a pass over for McEnany. Picks it up and settles things down. And the Spartans make some changes as off goes Sam Collingwood. And out steps Charlie Bolesh. And another change as Turner goes off, and out comes Nick Papa. And that's Papa with the ball right now. Cole Willard now out there as well, as Papa starts his move across the Bears line. Nick Papa surveying his options and tries the lane. Nice spin move, gets a shot, scores! Nick Papa and beats Noah Johnson, and the Spartans restore their 2-goal lead.
Hot Papa, the sophomore from Pennsylvania, with a great play, spins past his man, fires a shot. It takes a bounce that I think Johnson wasn't able to read perfectly and finds its way to the back of the net. So after conceding 2 to let the game get tied, the Spartans immediately respond with 2 goals of their own. This one coming under a minute after the previous one, 5:33 to go in the first quarter.
And it goes without saying, tremendous crowd on hand here this afternoon and roaring their approval as the Spartans exhale a little bit. They went up 2-0, watched the Bears tie it 2-2, and now are back up in front by 4-2. And you see Johnson with the outlet pass as Lenoir Rhyne tries to gain midfield, and instead Joey Masson has to send it back to his goaltender. And now away come the Bears across the UT line. And patient is Bryce Reese, trying to go one-on-one here against Matukis. And Matukis pushes him into the corner. Reese carries on behind the net. Finally gives up a pass. And quickly up top, the Bears cycling around the perimeter. And a nice defensive switch and a big collision there. But credit Torrin Eccleston for holding on. Continues his move and looking for an opening, can't find it. Good defense by the Spartans. Good save there by Blake Ulmer, and UT gets the rebound. And now they look to outlet. And up they go. 4 minutes, 10 seconds left in the first. They lead 4-2. McEnany into the corner goes Kilkowski. Kilkowski being watched. A little spin move, works his way out in front. Kilkowski scores! On a bounce shot, and the Spartans lead by 3. It's 5-2.
The bounce catches Johnson off guard and finds its way into the back of the net. And again, gets by 1 and 2 defenders to give himself a small window to get it off. But he does. He gets it off, and it gets to the back of the net. The Spartans take the largest lead of the game, 5-2. And now the time remaining in the first quarter is 3:56, but I have a feeling we've still got more action to play for. A good goal there by Kilkowski. It's his first of the game.
Hunter Turner on the draw, and they're going to call a face-off violation against Turner. And so the Bears now with it as Colton McCracken dumps off a pass, and then he'll go off the field. And that was Tommy Aguilar. This is Will Kanata. Flips it into the corner. Shot saved by Ulmer. He didn't see the rebound, and it bounces all the way out of play on the far side of the field to his own sideline. And now the Bears restart from the far side of the field. And 2 Spartan defenders, shot coming, they score.
The Bears respond after the 3-goal run by the Spartans, and that time it was Torrin Eccleston on that goal. So Eccleston is able to get a goal there for Lenoir Rhyne, and a good play there, brings it inside and fires it past Ulmer. Ulmer's been hot today with 4 saves, but just couldn't get to that one.
Torrin Eccleston, I had mentioned, is someone to watch as he came into today as the leading point getter for the Bears. 52 points on 39 goals and 13 assists. And Eccleston cuts the Spartans' lead to 5-3, and now another procedure call in the face-off circle. And so the Bears, the door open a little bit here as a pass in front. And Ulmer got a piece of that one, and Lenoir Rhyne able to control the rebound. This is NCAA quarterfinal action. The Spartans, a perfect 18-0 up against Lenoir Rhyne, who's trying to keep an impressive win streak of their own going. And with it now is Kanata. Kanata butting heads there with Matukis. Bounce shot, scores! Will Kanata, and it's 5-4. And Lenoir Rhyne just keeps battling back.
It truly has been a back and forth contest as we see the replay right here. Finds some space and fires it. Ulmer drops to try to make the save. Isn't able to come up with it. And Lenoir Rhyne back within 1. Spartans still lead after that Kanata goal. 5-4, 2:44 to go in the first quarter. As we get ready for another draw. 7-2 so far. Lenoir Rhyne is winning in this category.
Lenoir Rhyne is located up in North Carolina, and make no mistake, they do have fans here, and some of them on their feet following that last goal as their team has drawn to within 1, although UT back on offense now, as with it over in the far corner, Casey Platonik, and now up top, Fitzpatrick as UT will make a couple changes. Owen Miller coming onto the field, as is Ethan Paduch. Going off was both Platenik and Collingwood. And a spin move falling down was Paduch. He lost it, and the Bears are able to pick that up. Tough turnover there.
In a close game like this, that's an error that you want to...
And now taken away by the Spartans, Colin White. And the Spartans with some momentum here. And they slow it down as Matukis dropped it off to White. And in talking about Eccleston for Lenoir Rhyne, if you're watching from a Lenoir Rhyne perspective, Colin White is the Spartans' leading point getter. And number 18, one of many to keep your eyes on in White. As you see a nice spin move, Fitzpatrick takes a shot that goes wide and out of play.
Now, just on that previous play when Tampa slipped and lost the ball, I was going to say that could be a Tosley turnover. It really wasn't, because they were able to make an interception in the midfield and now have the ball again in the offensive zone. 49 seconds on the shot clock, starting to tick down as play resumes.
Kilkowski with it behind the net. Works his way to the far side, and up top now, Paduch for Owen Miller, and his shot looked like Johnson might have gotten a piece of that one. Possession stays with UT nonetheless, as Owen Miller will put it in. Johnson did get a piece of it, so they reset the shot clock, and so McEnany now up to Miller, and now Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick has to take a step back. Miller jumps for that one, misses it, didn't see it, and now it's a foot race as the Bears seemed like they were going to get to it first, but hold on, two Spartans on the spot, and Owen Miller comes out of the pack with it, puts his shoulder down, and he's being bumped there by Dylan Stape. Fitzpatrick now on the far side for UT. Fakes a pass, now does give it to Miller. Owen Miller turns the corner, shoots, and a nice save made there by Noah Johnson. And look out, Harry Kilkowski in the way. And so Johnson dishes it off to the other side. And now Johnson gets involved, sends a pass up ahead. And that one does connect with Colton McCracken. McCracken across the UT line. And in front, the ball heads towards the far sideline. The referee signaled for a reset of the shot clock. However, it's going to go for naught because the Spartans will take over, and the horn goes to end the first quarter of play. So the Spartans with a 5-4 lead after one quarter, and we'll be back with more on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
Just another ordinary day at UT.
Back here at the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex on the grounds of the University of Tampa campus, I'm Bruce Wozniak alongside Taylor Stolworthy as we're set to start the second quarter of play in this NCAA quarterfinal game. The teams obviously have switched ends, and Tampa now going left to right. As you see the opening face-off of this second quarter, and still loose. The Bears scoop it up and do finally get possession. Now there's a loose ball, however, chased down, two of them, one from each team on the far side of the field, and the official right there rules it in favor of the visitors. And so Lenoir Rhyne putting it back in up top and completing a couple of personnel changes. And they move it in across the Tampa line. That's Evan Voss. Voss being chased and runs out of room, so he has to send a pass in behind the net and now gets it back. Voss being watched in the corner by Matukas. And now Voss wants to go one-on-one against him and puts his shoulder down. Matukas shuts that down. He'll try the other way, falls down, shoots and scores. What a great individual effort by Evan Voss, and the game is tied 54 seconds into the second quarter.
Noticing so far Lenoir Rhyne finding so many goals on tricky shots and very well defended opportunities. I think that speaks a lot of testament for just how skillful their offense can be when finding those looks. Ulmer tries to save it, can't, as Voss will now equalize it to start the second quarter. 14:06 to go. And we're about to have another draw.
21 goals in 18 games and gets the game tied up here for his Lenoir Rhyne Bears as we see another loose ball and chased down and still not settled, and finally the Bears with possession. And away with it goes Miles Moffitt and has to think twice as defending there was Casey Platonik for UT. And now the Bears take it into the far corner. There's a pass behind the Spartans net. And looking for some help, David Bell sends it in behind the net. And now starting his move there is Kyle Hatcher, and Ulmer, nice save there. And Hatcher looked back, perhaps in disbelief, as the Spartans now cross midfield. And away they come. There's a pass for Day right in front, and White to the other side. McEnany, quick passing by UT, and up top, Platonik in front. Oh, what a save there. Great goaltending by Noah Johnson as the Spartans had a great look right in front of the net.
That was a perfect possession from the Spartans. Beautiful passing, finding open players left and right, and then a point-blank shot. How did Johnson get to that one? He keeps the game level with a brilliant save, and now Lenoir Rhyne has a chance to come back here.
Bryce Reese sends a pass back up top. That's Will Kanata. Kanata making his way in. Stops. And being pushed, finally sends a pass up for Reese. And Ulmer with another save. And the Spartans get the rebound. Back they come. And quickly across midfield.
So far, both Ulmer and Johnson on fire. A combined 13 saves. And even though you could argue the Bears are doing a little bit better on the stat sheet, Ulmer's electric stuff in the net, I think, has been a difference that has kept the Bears from getting a large lead. There's a fraction against the Spartans, and they're going to lose possession.
So the Bears take over, and this will be Mitch Lanklater. Lanklater drops off a pass, and now Tommy Aguilar with his pass over, and Voss sends it to Mitch Lanklater. And good speed sends it behind the net. Quick passing by the Bears. That one's going to go out of play. And possession stays with Lenoir Rhyne. 48 seconds on the shot clock. 11:17 to go in the second quarter. We are tied 5-5. And it looks like Tampa is going to call a timeout, and we will step aside as well and be back with more NCAA quarterfinal lacrosse on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
College sports.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us and for college sports.
And we're back at the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex. The team's tied 5-5. Shots on goal to this point are 13-10 in favor of Lenoir Rhyne. Both teams have committed 4 turnovers. And following this timeout, the Bears getting ready to put it back into play, as I had mentioned just before the break, with 48 seconds still on the shot clock for them. And they'll put it in from the near corner. And the official gives it to Evan Voss, and now he restarts. And this is Reese up top for Kanata, over to the far side of the field. It's right in front of the Bears sideline. And in they come, and a shot. Ulmer with a great save there. And the Spartans will start it back up. Cormac McCarthy. And now on the other side of the field, Stoll will send it back over to McCarthy. And up ahead it goes for Matukis. And Matukis is going to hold on. He knows that his team is going to make a few changes. And now breaking in, Miller, Matukis, and White. His shot goes over top of the net and out of play. And Kilkowski will put it back in for the Spartans. Sends a pass way up top, and Fitzpatrick over for Owen Miller. Miller back to Fitzpatrick, and to Miller once again. And now Miller tries to get around his check, can't. Sends it back up top. Paduch over for Fitzpatrick. And Paduch will try it now. Puts his shoulder down and loses his stick. And let's see what the call is here. And they give it to the Bears. And so Lenoir Rhyne with an opportunity now to possibly take their first lead of the game.
Lenoir Rhyne's defense a lot stronger in the second half so far, as we are now under 10 minutes to go. The first 5 minutes, they have been able to prevent the Spartans from getting really serious looks on goal. While Lenoir Rhyne, with that shot there, they've continued to get some shots. The thing keeping it level has been Blake Ulmer's incredible saves. But the Spartans, as they bring it back up off the rebound, could have a chance to try to get on the score sheet for the second quarter right here.
That was number 9, Colton McCracken for Lenoir Rhyne, and then number 9, Sean Nizolek for UT brought it up. And now UT getting set up here as Owen Miller looks to take it down the lane, takes a shot, and that one's going to go out of play in the corner. And possession stays with the Spartans as Harry Kilkowski will put it back in. And now starts from the corner. Kilkowski, a little spin move there. His pass to Bolesh and bounces it over to Cole Willard, and he settles it. Now from the far side, Nick Papa. Papa, a pass behind the net. McEnany, nobody open in front. Bolesh wanted it, gets it, and didn't have the shooting lane anymore and has to back up. 25 on the shot clock for UT. Bolesh has a little bit of room to work with and now runs out of real estate. Takes it in behind the Bears' net to the far side of the field. McEnany. McEnany is hit hard, carries on. McEnany still with it. Kilkowski back there, 9 on the shot clock. A pass is taken away, and off to the races. Here come the Bears. Great speed shown here in transition, and good passing, and Ulmer with a great save as it goes out of bounds, and it's going to be turned over.
What a save by Blake Ulmer. Ice in his veins However, Spartan player down, and trainer's going to check on him.
Tremendous save by Blake Ulmer nonetheless, an end-to-end action and great speed there shown by Lenoir Rhyne, and a great opportunity. And the Spartans get the better of it as they end up with possession.
Applause around the Nemola family intramural complex as the player is helped off.
This comes with 8:17 left in the second quarter.
But in the end, they're on that play again. Blake Ulmer, what a save. Just one-on-one, point blank. There was very little distance between the attacker and Ulmer in the net, as it was the shot by Ecclestone, but Ulmer denies it, I'd say against all odds, to keep this game level. Save number 11 on the day. And he had an electric game in the Sunshine State Conference Championship, which saw the Spartans bring the title home again. And here, he's keeping the Spartans level with a big play right there.
And this is Charlie Bolish with it inside the Bears line. And sends a pass for Fitzpatrick, and Bolish gets it right back. Bolish wants to go one-on-one, a stick up around the face mask, and was able to carry on. No call there. Play continues. Fitzpatrick, nice move to get inside, scores! Daniel Fitzpatrick with some nifty footwork, and the Spartans regain the lead at 6-5.
A great goal there by Fitzpatrick, and it started off this little fake screen from Owen Miller. It faked out the Bears' defense and allowed Fitzpatrick to cut to the left, get inside, and fire the shot past Johnson. Spartans get their first goal of the second quarter, and with 7:39 to go, they lead 6-5.
And the Spartans player that was injured before that you saw helped off the field was Cole Willard, and we will keep an eye on him to see if we can tell what the injury might be and also whether he returns to the game. As you see, play has continued, and talking about injuries, a pile of bodies there as the Bears work it down the other way and take a shot that goes out of bounds in the far corner, and possession stays with Lenoir Rhyne. And we have passed the midway point of the second quarter. And the Bears with it just outside the Spartans line. That's Will Kanata. And a little flip pass. As now coming over defensively, Christian Brodiak for UT. And the Bears, a pass in front is deflected by Matukas. But Lenoir Rhyne able to maintain possession. And they have it on the far side. A nice little spin move there as Brodiak chases, and great moves there. They score. Another highlight reel goals, another individual effort. And getting the goal is Tommy Aguilar.
Tommy Aguilar there, dancing around his man, getting by him, putting him on skates as if this was a Disney on Ice performance, then gets the one-on-one and finally breaks through Ulmer, who had a massive run of saves. The Lenoir Rhyne Bears are able to equal it. Beautiful goal right there. 6-6 with 6:51 to go.
And on the ensuing face-off, the Bears in possession again. And the game now tied at 6. And still looking for their first lead of the game. And now they just about complete their personnel changes, as they'll make one more final one here. And away goes Evan Voss. Voss being watched by Platonik. Voss takes it into the corner and now all the way in behind the Spartans net. And he's being chased back there by Sam Collingwood. And Voss out in no man's land finally sends a pass over to the far sideline. And here come the Bears looking for more. There's a nice pass and it missed. Johnny on the spot for the Spartans is Casey Platonik. And away he goes. A pass up ahead that connects with Colin White. And now Kilkowski will take it into the corner with a little head nod of where he wants Colin White to be, and then gives it to him. Up top, Bolish. And look out, Fitzpatrick almost had it knocked free from his stick. And Bolish with it, stepping across the Bears line. Bolish looking to go one-on-one here and can't outrun his check, so sends it behind the net to Kilkowski. Kilkowski looking in front. And nobody open. Sends to the far side. There's a shot by Bolish, and it went wide now to play. And he's unhappy with the shot off goal. Still UT possession, however. Kilkowski to Owen Miller. And Fitzpatrick over to Bolish again. Let's see if he tries to redeem himself and put something on the net as he works his way inside. Nice pass, and a shot, scores! A great pass there, and nice finishing move from Colin White. And the Spartans go back in front, 7-6.
You had mentioned to keep an eye on White, and certainly right here, he's able to make a beautiful goal happen. As he's falling, he fires, finds the back of the net, and is able to notch his second goal of the game. He joins as the second Spartan alongside Fitzpatrick to get a brace today, as they now take a 7-6 lead with just 4:47 to go in the second quarter, as there's a fight for the draw, and the Spartans will actually come away with it.
And this game absolutely living up to its advanced billing when you have two teams that have won a combined total of 29 games in a row. And this is every bit of what we all expected it to be. Back and forth, and currently a one-goal game. And good news for Cole Willard, who we saw go out with an injury before. He's back on the field right now. And Nick Papa currently with the ball. Papa looks for a lane, takes a shot, and a save made there by Johnson. And the Bears able to get to the rebound. Oh, and a little bit of a hit applied against Mitch Lanklater. And play stops with 4:06 left in the second quarter. And this one, Taylor, is a real nail-biter.
It is, and I don't think that's a surprise at all. This game was determined by an overtime goal when they faced each other 364 days ago in North Carolina. The difference being, of course, that game was in North Carolina with more Bears fans. Here, the Spartans fans have packed the stands. There are definitely a whole lot of traveling Bears fans, and it's great to see them make the journey for their team. But you hear Spartans fans just get a little bit louder when they score than the Bears fans than when they do. So that can maybe tip the scales in the battle of the fans. But the battle on the field still all to play for. Spartans lead by 1, but still miles and miles to go before the thrilling finish.
This is Bryce Reese, and Ulmer gets a piece of that one as it goes out of play. And the Bears restart from the far corner. And very near the end line. And now it's sent over for Kanata. Will Kanata being bumped there and gets loose. And where's the ball? Finally, Ulmer is able to take it away. Sean Nizolik was applying some pressure defensively for the Spartans, and away they go. Here comes UT across the Bears line. That's Matukis, and he'll carry it on behind the net. And McEnany on the far side of the field sends it to Kilkowski. Kilkowski jogging parallel to the end line, just below the scoreboard. 2:35 to go here in the second quarter. And up top, Fitzpatrick. Miller to Bolish on the far side. Charlie Bolish slips, stays up. Bolish wants to go one-on-one again and sends it instead to Colin White. Fitzpatrick to an open Owen Miller and starts his move. And then look out, good pressure there by the Bears defense. And can they cause a turnover? And they do. And Taylor, you talked about that strong Bears defense, and we saw it there again.
In the first quarter, the Spartans are able to get 5 goals, but so far, the Bears have been able to shut them down, only conceding 2 so far, in what has been definitely a slower-paced, grinding defensive battle, as it looks like we're going to get a timeout, potentially from the Bears.
And this comes with 1:43 remaining, so with this Lenoir Rhyne timeout, we will take a timeout as well and be back with more NCAA quarterfinal lacrosse on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
We're back following the Lenoir Rhyne timeout. 103 seconds left before halftime. And the Bears have not had a lead yet in this game, although they have kept it close or tied. And let's see what comes from this timeout.
And yeah, Bruce, they have been able to get the lead. And on paper, of course, you would say the Spartans won the previous matchup. They are the undefeated team going into this. But you definitely can't count out Lenoir Rhyne in any game they play. They've arguably been doing better than the Spartans with 17 shots on goal compared to 14 and an 11-4 lead in the draws. But Blake Ulmer's presence in the net has kept the Spartans in the lead so far. They work it around, shot, and another ludicrous save from Ulmer. I don't know how he pulls it like a rabbit out of the hat, but then afterwards, a magician, he pulls a lion, an elephant, a bear, a falcon. The hat is never ending, and that is the number of saves we are seeing so far from Blake Ulmer, 12 so far.
Kilkowski now behind the Lenoir Rhyne net, and to the far side of the field, here's Bolish in front of his own sideline and jogging as he waits, knowing that his teammates are making changes. And we're inside a minute remaining now in the second quarter, and there's approximately 9 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. 45 and 35, that was the game clock and the shot clock respectively, as UT is going to take a timeout of their own now, and this will come with 37 seconds left in the quarter and 28 on the shot clock, so they won't be able to run out the game clock, but head coach J.B. Clark wants to talk things over nonetheless. So we will step aside again and be back with more NCAA quarterfinal lacrosse on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Back here, and play resumes. The Spartans have possession, and that's Luke McEnany on the far side. Up top, Fitzpatrick. Back to McEnany. Quickly into the corner, and you see the quick look at the scoreboard from Kilkowski. 9 on the shot clock. Some desperation here, and needs to get a pass away. Does, and Colin White is absolutely robbed by Noah Johnson. And 8 seconds in the quarter. The Bears, let's see if they can get a final shot. 5 seconds, and it rolls out of bounds, and it's going to be turned over with 4 seconds left. And it's going to take a yeoman's effort for the Spartans to get a shot away, and it looks like we're going to have maybe another timeout called here. And that seems to be the way the teams are headed. And so with just 4 ticks left on the clock, obviously something potentially to be drawn up here. And keep in mind that, as Taylor has mentioned, yes, these two teams did meet 364 days ago in an NCAA quarterfinal, but they also faced each other back in the regular season. February 20th, the Spartans were victorious 13-8 in a neutral site game. It was played in Savannah, Georgia, and that was game number 4 of the season for Lenoir Rhyne, and that dropped them to 2-2. They then won 2 in a row and then lost, and as I had mentioned earlier in the broadcast, started the season just 4-3, but have not lost since March 12th when they fell 13-3 against Limestone, and 11 victories since then.
And a big loss like that sometimes can just be a huge motivating factor for a team. I guarantee you that after that loss, Paradine was able to get his team back onto the right track with a passionate post-game talk, and it has worked.
Bedeau throws it down, and the Spartans get a shot away off goal, and the horn goes to end the first half of play. And so the Spartans will go into the break with a 1-goal lead at just 7-6. So we will be back with the third quarter following halftime here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
A return to normal and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us and for college sports.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
And we're back at the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex, almost set to start the second half of play. The Spartans in the lead 7-6. 5 different players have scored for each team. The difference is that it has amounted to one more for the home team because the Spartans have gotten 2 apiece from Daniel Fitzpatrick and Colin White. And the shots on goal in that first half, 18-15 in favor of Lenoir Rhyne. And Taylor, as you pointed out, one individual who was extremely active was Blake Ulmer, making 12 saves.
Yeah, he has been very active and doing a great job so far. He had a great Sunshine State Conference Championship game where he was able to be a big part of that Tampa win. And so far, I'd argue that he's the key reason that Tampa's winning. Not just because the offense for the Spartans has been solid so far and found the back of the net 7 times, but because Ulmer has stopped what could have been 12 goals and kept the game at 7-6.
Jonathan Paulus for Lenoir Rhyne on this faceoff against Hunter Turner. Faceoffs were 11-4 in favor of the Bears in that first half. And now play underway here to start the third quarter, and Hunter Turner able to win that one and carries it in himself, sends a pass to McEnany. And McEnany waits outside the Bears' restraining line as the fans getting settled back in here. And a great crowd on this beautiful Sunday afternoon in West Central Florida. This is Charlie Bolish with it across the line. Bolish runs behind Owen Miller and now retreats and takes a look one more time and tries the right side now. Flips the pass into the corner. Colin White with it back there. White fires it up top. Miller skips across the line, being closely checked, and sends a pass over for McEnany to White. And now Kilkowski behind the net. Kilkowski to White, and a quick stick. Great save by Johnson. And Noah Johnson had to be sharp on that one as the Spartans get a good look.
We've talked a lot about
opening 2 minutes.
Talked a lot about Blake Ulmer, but Johnson has also been great in goal for the Bears. A great point-blank reaction save as he's able to get his 9th of the day.
And a little shovel pass there from Victor Powell, who we saw turn on the Jets earlier on in this game. A play that ultimately ended with a stoppage in play when Cole Willard got hurt, and he has since returned to the game for the Spartans. Willard, I can see him on the far sideline, and a brace on his knee. And the Bears get a look there, and a shot that's going to go wide and out of play. And they put it back in from the far corner. And now it's on the far sideline right in front of the Spartans as Lenoir Rhyne going to work here offensively, although some strong defense there from Matukis. And then even Cormac McCarthy slid over to help out. 6 seconds on the shot clock, and the Bears finally get a shot away. Ulmer with the save and loose ball, and the Spartans come away with it. So Lenoir Rhyne able to get a shot away before the shot clock expired, and Ulmer had to be sharp on that one. And so starting it up the far side of the field is Brady Stoll, and Ulmer comes up to help out. And now we have a flag thrown as Cormac McCarthy carries on. And this comes 2 minutes, 44 seconds into the third quarter. And so we had gone this far without seeing any flags. And as you mentioned, Taylor, it's been a little bit of a hard-hitting game, but relatively clean for all intents and purposes, you could say, until now, as the official goes over to the scores table to make this first call of the game.
Yeah, because it's been hard, but also very fair. The referee's letting a little bit of action play on, letting the players get aggressive, but there hasn't been anything apart from this play here that really has warranted a penalty. So the Spartans will be able to benefit, as it is them who get the extra man after the penalty that will be called on one of the Bears players. So for the Bears, it's going to be Bryce Reese who's going to have to wait 60 seconds to get back to the game.
And in the meantime, the Spartans at work with the extra man. And that's Owen Miller for Willard. Over for Fitzpatrick. That one was deflected, and it goes out of play. Spartans put it in from the back line. And Paduch with a pass in all the way up to Willard in front. Fitzpatrick, and couldn't backhand it. Now a chance in front. White scores! Colin White. And the Spartans lead it 8-6.
Incredible effort by Noah Johnson to make that first save, but the rebound gets away from the Bears and leads to another point-blank 1-on-1 chance. You try again, and this time the Spartans trying again, find the back of the net, and they are going to expand their lead with 11:42 to go. But yeah, as we saw in the replay, a great goal there by the Spartans. They had to work hard for it, but in the end, it was a good goal nonetheless, as there's the face-off. They're fighting for it. Spartans able to get away from it.
That was Paulus and Hunter Turner again. And now the Spartans at midfield and making some changes. And Owen Miller with it now. And Miller will just slowly back up as he waits for some fresh troops to come on. Daniel Fitzpatrick, Willard, and back to Miller again. And now Willard, and you see that brace on his right knee that I talked about. And Willard, a nice pass. Quick movement by the Spartans. A long shot by Miller, saved there by Johnson. And Kilkowski behind the net. As the Spartans looking for more here. And a pass in front to White. UT getting the first goal of the third quarter and trying to expand their lead. They did lead by 3 at one point in this game. That's been the largest lead so far. The ball's loose, picked up, and a whistle right there, and the official on the spot to call it for the Bears. There's a long shot that goes out of bounds. And a big crowd that's gathered outside the fence watching the game from around the scoreboard, likely wanting the shade. They got a front row seat to that one. As you see Matukas take it away for UT. That was intended for Stoll. Now he picks it up.
You could argue in the fourth quarter when the Spartans are back in offense going that direction that those will be the best seats in the house.
And now this is Luke McEnany, and he waits as off goes Sean Nizolik and Christian Brodiak. Bolish steps on, as does Nick Papa. And Christopher Sesla making his first appearance at the game. This is him with the ball now. Sesla behind the Bears net. Wraps around Sesla and opts to go up top to Bolish. Bolish, some aggressive defense, fights through it, pass to White, and now behind the net, Kilkowski. Kilkowski with a shot that misses and goes out of play on the far side of the field, and possession stays with UT. 24 seconds still on the shot clock.
As the offense was struggling a little bit in the second quarter, Tampa's offense back in action with already the solo goal of the period. Another good chance right here.
Bolish wants to go one-on-one, ducks under a check, and now looks for an open teammate and gets it in the person of McEnany. Bolish, a long bounce shot, and it goes out of play as the shot clock expires. And so the Bears will take over. It was 5-4 after one. Spartans were in the lead, and then 7-6 was our halftime score. So far, just the Spartan goal in the first 6+ minutes of this quarter. And the Bears in possession now as Tommy Aguilar Going one-on-one here with Matukis, and Aguilar starts his move, a little juke step, sends a pass behind the net and to the far side of the field. And looking for the slot, not there. Kanata gave up the pass, they score! And that'll be Bryce Reese, and cuts the Spartan lead back to 1 as Reese gets his second goal of the game.
A long-range effort there for the Bears as we take a look at the replay. Has one defender on him, but he decides to let it rip, and the screen of defenders makes it a little bit hard to stop. And of course, it was Bryce Reese, as you had mentioned a little bit earlier, Bruce, making that goal. And now it is 8-7, and we do have 7:57 to go, as here's a tussle for the draw.
And the Spartans win it. Hunter Turner. And so UT will hope to answer right back here. Changes being made, as you see, and meanwhile, Kilkowski, for all intents and purposes, waiting patiently behind the net. Up to Fitzpatrick. Owen Miller. And Willard on the far side. Willard with a spin move and fights through the defender, takes it in behind the net. Willard stops, and a big check put on him, Fitzpatrick. And now Owen Miller with it. Miller down the far side. 2 defenders on him, and having to chase it down is going to be Fitzpatrick. And 23 on the shot clock. Here comes Fitzpatrick. And no lane available. And there's a pass that misses. And unfortunate, as that'll be a Spartan turnover. And so the Bears now with a chance to possibly get back into a tie. They got the goal from Bryce Reese. And would love to get one more here to tie this at 8-8 as we're down to 6:25 in the third quarter. This is Reese with the ball, and he'll be chased by Sam Collingwood. Goes into the corner. And on the move back there is Evan Voss. Voss puts his shoulder down, and now a pass, and quickly to the other side. A long shot coming. Ulmer gets a piece of that one. And another great save from Blake Ulmer.
Blake Ulmer had lit in that long-range shot earlier, but back in the game. A big save right there to keep it an 8-7 Spartans lead.
Matukis wanted to shoot and then thought otherwise, so he gives it up instead. And the Spartans are going to make some changes as Barodiak made the pass, and then he heads off the field. Nick Papa with it. And over for Sesla. And he gets it right back from Bolish. Papa sends it back over. Sesla now to Bolish on the far side. And up top, Nick Papa with 25 in the shot clock. Papa was being closely defended by Victor Powell. And Bolish with 15 on the shot clock. And all kinds of traffic. And Bolish goes down, and a flag thrown there. And Taylor, clearly, this is going to be on Lenoir Rhyne.
Yeah, just a little bit too rough on that defensive effort. They were able to block the shot, but it's going to ultimately cost them and give the Spartans another man-up advantage. They weren't able to capitalize on it last time. They're going to try to here for their second.
A 30-second call, holding against Josh Wright of Lenoir Rhyne. And so UT would love to get a goal here. The Bears just keep on coming back every time the Spartans think they get a little bit of a lead. As I mentioned, they were up by 3 at one point in this game. And Lenoir Rhyne has always had an answer. And Willard takes a shot, and Johnson saw that one the whole way, was able to make the save. And now the Bears will be able to kill off the last of this 30-second penalty to right, as bringing it down was Mitch Lanklater. And the penalty has now expired, so the Bears back at full strength. Torrin Eccleston with a pass over for Bryce Reese. And one more change for the Bears. And working here is Evan Voss. Voss tries to spin around Barodiak, gets a pass away, and there's a shot taken by Torrin Eccleston that goes out of play. And keep in mind, this is a Tampa Spartans team that averages more than 15.5 goals a game. And so it's a credit to the Bears defense that they are not on pace for that.
Yeah, they've been able to shut them down because in the first quarter, it certainly looked like they were going to be on pace with 5 goals scored. But combined now with 3:20 to go in the third quarter, the Spartans have only scored 3 goals since then. Good news for the Spartans, though, their defense has been as strong as ever, as they've also surrendered only 3 goals since the first quarter as well.
Luke McEnany with it here for UT, and Owen Miller now to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick has 2 goals in this game. And the speedy Charlie Bolish now. Quick pass to White, behind the net, Kilkowski. Kilkowski works his way around the net. And now he'll head back there. And he'll try the other side, and a shot that's going to go wide and out of play. And possession stays with UT. Shot clock down to 21 now. Harry Kilkowski finished with 59 points, 22 goals, 37 assists. His name has been called a lot, but Kilkowski just has 1 goal in this game. And this is him with the ball here. And Kilkowski fights off a couple defenders. Now he scores!
Commentators curse in the opposite direction, Bruce. You mentioned that Kilkowski, he's only had 1 goal. We've called his name a lot. He's decided to prove you wrong and simultaneously make you look good and maybe a little bit of revenge for that. So 9-7 Spartans lead and a great goal there. He's going to be able to spin and get that shot off. Spartans take a 9-7 lead. Kilkowski gets the second goal of the game.
It comes with 2:11 remaining here in the third quarter. And let's see which team responds here. If the Spartans can build onto this lead or if Lenoir Rhyne is again going to answer back.
I have a feeling the Bears aren't going to want to take this sitting down. They haven't scored, with the exception of 1 singular goal this period in the second half, so I know they're going to want to try to get another and get this game back within 1.
The official right there on the far side awarding possession to the Bears. And so with 2:05 left in the third quarter, Lenoir Rhyne, under the leadership of head coach Greg Paradine, who is in his 10th season. They compete in the South Atlantic Conference. And they are in possession here. The NCAA quarterfinal lacrosse game being played on the campus of the University of Tampa. The unbeaten Spartans. And here comes Tommy Aguilar. It's in behind the UT net. Aguilar still with it. And finally sends it back up top. And the Bears try from up there with Torrin Eccleston. Eccleston with the lane, and Ulmer might have gotten a piece of that one as the Spartans come away with the rebound. And now here comes UT on the run. Up ahead with it goes Casey Platanik. McEnany, and he sends it into the corner for Christian Ciccini. And Ciccini and Sesla we usually see a little later in the game, second half, and it's bared it out here as we've seen them both now on the field in the third quarter.
I think it may be just that Spartans are getting a little tired because this has been an aggressive physical game. Both teams working so hard that maybe they do need to bring the reserves out just a little early, but also to preserve some of their starters to get ready to get a full tank of gas for the fourth quarter, which is going to be a pretty tough quarter in this now 89-degree heat here at the Namoli Family Intramural Complex. And even though Tampa's wearing all white, it can still get pretty toasty on the field.
So it's sent over now to Papa. And Cole Willard looked down the other end of the field. And right in front of him, there's a shot clock that says 10 seconds left. And tried to get a shot away. And what a tough day it's been for Cole Willard as he goes down again. And perhaps having words there with a Lenoir Rhyne player, 6 on the shot clock. The Spartans have to move quickly, and they're not going to get a shot away. And the third quarter expires, and we have a 2-goal game as UT heads into the break with a 9-7 lead. And we'll be back with more NCAA quarterfinal lacrosse on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
College sports.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us.
And for college sports.
Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Hey, the Orioles doing better.
And we're back and ready to start the fourth quarter. And the Spartans, and this is not looking ahead, just to do some housekeeping for you in case you're not looking at the website. The Spartans, should they win today, they will host again a week from today. And so plenty to play for both of these teams. That's the understatement of the day. As you see Hunter Turner win the faceoff, and Colin White scores just like that. 8 seconds into the fourth quarter, and UT extends the lead to 10-7.
Boom, 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 boom. Colin White shaking the room. 4 goals today and opens up the fourth quarter with a bang. The Spartans take a goal here, and Hunter Turner gets the assist. 14:52 to go, and the Spartans now a 3-goal lead. They had a 3-goal lead once back in the first quarter, but good news for Bears fans, they were able to fight back when that happened and get it tied to 5-5. Can they do the same with the score now 10-7?
That was a huge face-off win by Hunter Turner, and then takes it down and sets up White for the goal. And this is not something that Spartans fans want to see right now.
Something no one wants to see. A player down, a flag up as well, so I believe that'll be an extended penalty. Training staff checking on the injured Spartan.
That is Hunter Turner, the injured Spartan player. And so no sooner does he win the face-off and then do a tremendous job of setting up Colin White for the goal 8 seconds into the quarter. And all of a sudden, he's down on the field with an injury that fortunately doesn't look to be too extensive as he's walking off under his own power. And this just 20 seconds. So it's been a very active 20 seconds of play here in the fourth quarter. We get a goal, a somewhat injured player.
That's honestly a real blink and you'll miss it moment, because an injury and a goal within the first 20 seconds, that's just a lot of action right away. And it looks like it's going to be Victor Powell who's going to be out of the game for just a little bit of time for that.
A 60-second call against him. Unnecessary roughness, and so the Spartans with the extra man and trying to get their biggest lead of the game here as Willard flips it to Miller. And good passing. McEnany fights inside, scores! Luke McEnany and the Spartans go up 11-7, 43 seconds into the fourth quarter. They have their biggest lead of the game.
The Spartans hitting all the right notes, pitch perfect with shots. Look at this play right here. Not even the great and valiant effort of Johnson can get in front of that one as the Spartans surge ahead to 4. It indeed is their largest lead of the day, Bruce. And what a start to the fourth quarter. The high-pressure situation, and you're able to move the finish line a little bit closer to you and a little bit further away from Lenoir Rhyne. Fitzpatrick had the assist. McEnany gets the goal and gets his second of the game. Here's the draw. Spartans looking to come away with it.
Very encouraging, as that is Hunter Turner back out there taking that face-off for UT. So he's obviously at least well enough, I don't want to say all right, but well enough to take another face-off. Spartans score again. Colin White makes it 12-7.
The Spartans white hot, a burning blaze, torching through the hearts of North Carolinian fans. 3 goals in a row, all in the first minute of action. This is an offensive explosion for the Spartans, not wanting to have a repeat of the heartbreak from last year. They lead by 5 with 14 minutes to go.
An amazing start to this fourth quarter. Colin White finds the back of the net, and no surprise, as we're going to have a timeout called here, as UT has scored 3 times in 58 seconds. And we will be back with more NCAA quarterfinal lacrosse here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. And we are back. The Spartans 12-7 lead after it was 9-7 at the end of 3, and here we are approaching 1 minute into the fourth and sending the Lenoir Rhyne Bears reeling as the Spartans in control again. Hunter Turner wins another face-off, and now he flips a pass for Owen Matukis. And the Spartans have crawled back in the face-off department. It's now 12 face-offs won for the visitors and 11 for the Spartans. And credit Hunter Turner, who has been doing all the heavy lifting in the circle. As you see Miller flip a pass to Charlie Bolish. And Bolish on the run. Spartans with lots of momentum here. And Matukas sends a pass. Miller with it now. Bolish. And Bolish wants to go one-on-one. Stops and sends a pass over to his left instead. Miller, there's a long shot by Fitzpatrick. And that one goes out of play. 27 seconds on the shot clock. And Harry Kilkowski will restart from the corner. And there's the whistle, so he does. Kilkowski, as you saw Colin White go down, Kilkowski pass for Fitzpatrick, and now right back to Kilkowski. 15 on the shot clock. Kilkowski looking, keeps it himself, takes a shot, and that would hit the goalpost. And the official there is signaling for a reset of the shot clock. And so things really going the Spartans' way here in the first 2:16 of this fourth quarter. What I should say, they hope to be the final quarter, as Miller goes one-on-one here. And the Spartans have seen Lenoir Rhyne come back time and time again in this game and are going to do their absolute best to extend this lead. Looking for a quality shot here on this possession, as Harry Kilkowski has it just below the scoreboard. And the shot clock at 25 seconds now. Kilkowski on the move, comes around the net, sends a pass to White. Colin White bumps his way out front, sends a pass up top, and good ball movement by the Spartans. Kilkowski with it, 12 on the shot clock, and starts his move towards the net, gets inside, and a quick pass to White in front, and a whistle, and they're going to call a crease violation on Harry Kilkowski. And unfortunate, as UT will not get a shot away, but a good break there for Lenoir Rhyne as they start back.
I will say, though, even though the Spartans weren't able to score, now that they have the lead, they were able to kill about a minute and a half of play to help their cause and give Lenoir Rhyne a little bit less time to come back from this 5-goal deficit. But as we saw in the start, goals can come very quickly, and we know that the Bears will be looking to one-up the Spartans' efforts in terms of quick goals.
And that's Torrin Eccleston for Lenoir Rhyne, and that one goes high and out of play behind the UT net. The Bears still in possession, 45 in the shot clock, and there's the one they score! The Bears answer right back. Will Kanata, and it's 12-8 now.
Spartans didn't look completely ready for play to resume after that shot. It allowed a quick pass into Kanata, and he was able to get an open shot and beat Ulmer. That's been an incredibly hard thing to do for Lenoir Rhyne so far, but Kanata able to find it here. And now the score 12-8. Kanata is able to find goal number 3, so congratulations on his hat trick, although we won't see any hats being thrown onto the field for him.
He also has 2 assists, so a big 5-point game. Although on the other side of the ledger, Colin White has 5 goals for UT. As you see them battle for it on the far side of the field, and the Spartans able to come out with the loose ball. The recovery was Jackson Day. And hold on, the ball given over to the Bears.
They had lost possession. The Bears pick it up and now have a chance in the offensive third.
And looking for a shot in close. Ulmer gets his stick down on that one. And UT able to get to the loose ball first. It was Christian Brodiak, but it's loose again. And the Bears get there. And so Lenoir Rhyne. And hold on, now we've got an injured Bears player down in the field. And there's a irate member of the Bears coaching staff on the far side of the field.
Yeah, there was some contact, and it led to one of the Bears going down. He's currently limping off the field. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, but the coaching staff for the Bears absolutely furious, talking with the ref, and there was no call on the play, no flag either. Play, I think, will be reset, and Lenoir Rhyne will still have possession, but you can see him still arguing with the referee, and, you know, I do think that probably should have been called for a foul. Play resumes, though, so nothing's gained or lost for Lenoir Rhyne to keep the ball.
And here go the Bears at work. And there's a pass and a shot inside. Ulmer got a piece of that one. And the Spartans get the rebound as Brady Stoll goes away with it. Stoll crosses midfield. And a little flip pass for Matukis. And Matukis now gives it to Nick Papa. And the Spartans have it on the far side of the field in front of their own sideline. That's Christopher Sessler with it. Sessler sends a pass into the corner. White flips it to Kilkowski. And Cole Willard will send it back up top. Nick Papa jogs across the restraining line and flips a pass for Willard. Willard backs up. Return pass for Papa. Willard will send it over for Sessler. And shot clock now down at 20 seconds. White with a quick pass. Willard to Sessler again. 15 on the shot clock. Sessler behind the Bears net. Pops out the other side. Papa fakes the shot. Willard starts his move and scores! Cole Willard with a great shot to beat Noah Johnson, and the Spartans' 5-goal lead is restored.
The Tampa section roars with delight as the Spartans once again are able to take the lead, as we're able to take a look really quickly at this replay. Gets around his man and fires a shot. Johnson did his best to try to close on the ball, wasn't able to stop it. So now just a couple seconds past the 9-minute to go mark. The Spartans lead by 5 one more time. Now we're ready for the draw.
Cole Willard had scored 7 goals in 9 games coming into today and gets on the scoreboard for the first time in this one. As you see, the ball picked up there by the Bears, and looking for the shot was Mitch Lanklater, and instead thought otherwise. And so they work from behind the Spartans' net. That's Evan Voss back there. Voss being watched by Brady Stoll. And sends a pass over now for Miles Moffitt. Up top to Kanata. And that one connects with Reese. He makes a quick pass to the far sideline. 8 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Spartans up by 5. And that's Voss. Voss is going to go one-on-one here against Matukis. And sends a pass in front. They score. And a quick pass there. And they're able to bait Blake Ulmer. And so it goes back to a 4-goal game. It's 13-9.
That pass was able to get in between two Spartans defenders, and they were able to get the shot off and find the back of the net. A very well-worked play and a good effort to get the ball in front of goal and get it back on. Even though the Spartans have extended the lead, the Bears still as hungry as ever, still showing so much fight as we are now 7:54 to go in the game. They are still looking to come back, as that was Joe Venazio on the goal, finally updated. And a good goal for him. He's going to be able to get his first of the game.
And now the Bears with the ball, Colton McCracken, and gives it to Nate Ashley. This is Will Kanata with it. And Kanata, we mentioned 3 goals and 2 assists in this game. Kanata and fights through, has a lane, takes a shot. That one goes out of play. And don't count out this Bears team. They continue to fight back.
Both fans will have nervous eyes on the clock, but still 7 minutes to go. Plenty of time for the Bears to find 4, as the Spartans, in that same period, have also found 4.
And you don't get as far as the NCAA quarterfinals by not being a quality opponent, and that's what they have proven to be so far today for the Spartans. As you see their shot go out of play on the far side of the field, 31 on the shot clock. as Lenoir Rhyne will get set to restart from there. As they have it just inside the restraining line. And breaking in, there's a shot, they score! And the Bears cut the gap now to 13-10. 6:45 left in the fourth quarter.
A great goal there by the Bears, and that does two things. Number one, it gives them their first two-goal run since well back earlier in the game, as the Spartans, whenever the Bears had been scoring this quarter, would immediately respond in kind. But also, it means that their streak of having 10 goal-scored games continues through 12. The last time they weren't able to score 10 goals was in their last loss. That came against Limestone. But they're able to get 10 goals here and keep that 10-goal streak going. But the Spartans are going to be able to win the draw.
So Torrin Eccleston gets his second goal of the game. And now you see the ball bounding toward the end line. And let's see what the call is there. The official signals that it will be Bears ball.
The Bears contingent of the fan base here ecstatic about the call. The Spartans fan base silent. And the Bears are going to have a chance to bring it back up to continue their run. 13-10, 6:22 to go.
And this is Joey Masson. Plays it to the junior goalkeeper, Noah Johnson. And the Spartans, a turnover. And they move it up ahead to McEnany. Jogs across the line. McEnany holds and now gives it to Matukis. And he will go off the field, and on his way gives a pass to Owen Miller. And Miller, you see the Spartans in no hurry here as they get set with some personnel changes as Bolish is out there now along with Fitzpatrick. Bolish has the ball. UT has outscored Lenoir Rhyne 4-3 in this quarter after for all intents and purposes, somewhat, could you call it quiet, middle quarters. It was 2-2 second quarter scoring and 2-1 in favor of the Spartans third quarter scoring. Kilkowski working and gets an opening. Will he shoot it? No, a pass in front. Oh, Colin White couldn't hold on to it. And Johnson picks that one up. And so the Bears, with now exactly 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, starting it up the field. Back to the goaltender, Johnson. And a long pass up ahead that connects with Dylan Stape. And no, the official right on the midfield line calling it. And the Spartans go back the other way. Some momentum. McEnany, a pass. Colin White. Oh, a great save there by Johnson. And the loose ball, a bunch of them battle for it. And Kilkowski comes out of the pack with it. Colin White went down to the field. And the Spartans, as we're less than 4.5 left in the fourth quarter, and UT in a 13-10 lead. The winner, of course, advancing to the NCAA semifinals. And Kilkowski, the pass on the far side to Bolish. And seemingly head coach J.B. Clark instructing his troops to use as much time as possible. The shot clock is down to 3:54 on the game clock. Bolish looking for an open teammate. Has Miller up top, gives it to him. Miller looking for some room, has a lane, loses the ball, and he's taken down. And a loose ball. And the whistle goes, and the official says Bears ball. 3:36 remaining, and the crowd, a very hostile environment, not happy with the call made on the field.
The fans and players for the Spartans, I think, were hoping for a unnecessary roughness on the late hit after the ball was lost. But the referee lets him play on, and the Bears now with 3:30 to go. We bring it up. Spartans still lead by 3, and even though there's time, that could soon start to run out.
Bears working in the far corner, and there's a shot. They score! And that's Tommy Aguilar.
A big goal there for Aguilar and a big goal for the Bears. A 3-goal deficit can be a little bit daunting, but a 2-goal deficit is a lot more favorable with time winding down. And it has been a strong run for Lenoir Rhyne, going down from 13-8 and bringing the score all the way back up to 13-11. We were asking, could they get some run to try to one-up the Spartans' run earlier? They've started that run that they've needed to. So, 4-4 in total in the fourth quarter, 8 goals scored already. So, big offensive explosion, Bruce. As you mentioned, a slightly quieter middle half of the game.
And
Spartans trying to...
And kicked that again. And the official right there, again, calling possession for Lenoir Rhyne. And the clock continues to run. We are at 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And now a flag thrown. And this is going to be against the Spartans. And are we seeing, Taylor, perhaps a shift in the momentum? It seems like things are starting to tip the Bears' way.
And so far they have, because the Bears have been on a 3-0 goal run for a while, and they'll be getting a man advantage for about a minute or 30 seconds, depending on the call, right here. And this is the time where you do like to have that man advantage, where you've started to score, have the momentum, and are keeping it up. But if the Spartans can kill the man advantage, that as well can be a shot in the arm and give them momentum defensively to try to close it out. In total, 29 shots on goal to 25. The Bears lead the Spartans, but so far they trail by 2 because of Ulmer's efforts.
Lenoir Rhyne has scored 4 of the last 5 goals, although Jackson Day has been given a 1-minute penalty for the Spartans. And so the Bears with an opportunity now to continue that momentum as they work it around. Pass up top. Moffitt sends it over. He gets it right back. And quick passing. There's a shot that goes out of play off the stick of Tommy Aguilar. And the Bears, the game clock, by the way, at 2:22. And right now there's 28 seconds remaining in the Spartans penalty. Kyle Hatcher sends it up top. There's a quick pass. And right back up to Moffitt. Gets it right back from Jackson Price. Price whips it over to the other side of the field. And 5 seconds left in the Spartans penalty. 22 on the shot clock. And wanting to shoot, Miles Moffitt. And Blake Ulmer is there and sends a quick outlet pass, and away go the Spartans the other way.
One of the saves of the season for Ulmer, and they'll have another chance, but they might just want to try to kill some clock as well. 1:37 to go. They can't kill the game with a shot clock, but they can eat a lot off what's remaining.
Indeed, and Harry Kilkowski has it back near the end line and sends a pass over to the sideline in front of all of his Spartans teammates. This is Charlie Bolish, and you see the Bears absolutely are going to apply the pressure, knowing that UT wants to kill clock. And now a flag is thrown, and there's going to be a call made against the Bears as Bolish is being swarmed by 4 Lenoir Rhyne players and throws a pass that's taken away. And with 1:06 remaining in regulation time, we are going to have a call made here against Lenoir Rhyne, and the Spartans, who lead by 2, can exhale somewhat, as Lenoir Rhyne was putting all kinds of pressure on with goals at one end and then strong defense at the other.
And good job by Bolish to hold onto it despite the pressure. You could even see him grunting and recoiling in agony every single time the hits were trying to be made to make him drop the ball. He holds on. The Spartans will have a man-up advantage. Lenoir Rhyne will have to make some goals happen shorthanded with about a minute to go.
There's a timeout called on the field, and so we will take a timeout as well and be back with more NCAA quarterfinal lacrosse on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
College sports.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us and for college sports.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby. Inside the 40. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org/opportunity.
And we're back at the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex, where a slashing call has been made against Liam Farrell of Lenoir Rhyne. And it comes with 66 seconds left in regulation. And the Spartans up 13-11. And what has been a very exciting fourth quarter. UT came out with 3 goals in the first 58 seconds of this quarter, and Lenoir Rhyne has answered back in this nail-biter that has just about all of the fans in the stands on their feet as the clock is under a minute to play. Owen Miller sends a pass over. And now the Spartans work it around to Colin White. They're content to kill as much clock as they can. There's 6 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
And indeed, the Spartans, there's an open empty net as Lenoir Rhyne are going to want every single attacker they can get if they get the ball back. But Tampa looking just to kill as long as they can.
Colin White gives it to Kilkowski, and they are killing off the clock and not even trying to add to this lead as Kilkowski jogs it down to the end line, looks up at the time, and 5 on the shot clock. And the penalty, by the way, only now expiring as Kilkowski runs it out, and the shot clock expires. And so just 6 seconds remaining in the game, and Lenoir Rhyne is going to be out of time. They send a quick pass all the way down the other end, and Ulmer tried to jump for that one and couldn't get to it. And with 1 second left on the clock, they'll put it into play, and it'll all go for naught as the Spartans have defeated the Lenoir Rhyne Bears by a score of 13-11, and UT remains unbeaten, and they will advance to the NCAA semifinals and play host here once again next Sunday after they win game number 19 in 2022, staying perfect. And Lenoir Rhyne has their 11-game winning streak come to an end.
And that is a huge win for the Spartans. 364 days ago, they had the pain of going home on the road thanks to an overtime goal by Colton McCracken. But today, the Spartans come out on top for the second time against Lenoir Rhyne this season, 13-11. And in the end, they will be headed to the semifinal, to the Final Four, as they defeat last season's runners-up. It's been a great season for the Lenoir Rhyne. They finished with a 15-4 record and closing an end to a great 11-game winning streak to finish out their season. But the Spartans stay hot, going to 19-0. Their season will continue next Sunday, and they do get to host the semifinal game. And taking a look just at the stats line, 30 shots on goal to 25. The Bears actually won in that category, but the big category that Spartans were on top of, saves. Ulmer, 19 in the game, with a .633 save percentage. So 63% of shots faced to Ulmer were deflected or caught. He was a huge player for the Spartans, but indeed, Colin White, 5 goals in the game as well, the leading Spartans point and goal scorer. Lenoir Rhyne had some great performances. Noah Johnson had a great effort in goal with 12 saves. As well, Kanata had 5 points and a hat trick and 2 assists.
So the Spartans come through with a 13-11 victory to stay perfect in 2022 and advance to host next Sunday an NCAA semifinal game. We encourage you to watch TampaSpartans.com and Tampa Spartans social media for specific game information And, of course, we will have that game for you live on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. We're pleased that you chose to spend your Sunday afternoon with us here today watching men's lacrosse. I'm Bruce Wozniak along with Taylor Stolworthy. My thanks, as always, to Andre Pyatt. And we will see you next Sunday for NCAA semifinal lacrosse here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.